Could I have all of the ministers approach the front, please? Rosemary? If anybody sees Rosemary, could you direct her to... There she comes.
All right.
Good morning, UUSS. Together in unity this morning, let us rise in body or spirit to sing, "We Shall Be Known." We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love.
Good morning. Welcome, welcome to our Sunday service, to our sacred time of worship and community together. I am Rosemary Dodd. I am your ministerial intern, and I'll be leading your service today with Reverend Roger Jones, Worship Associate Karen Sparrow, Music Director Anthony Tavianini, and our pianist, Tchantceva. I am working on saying Irina's name. 6 months in. Our preacher today is guest minister Reverend Angeline Jackson. Reverend Angeline is the former executive director and co-founder of Quality of Citizenship Jamaica, an organization for lesbian and bisexual women. She has received multiple awards for her work and is a recognized international expert in the field of LGBTQ+ education. Welcome, Reverend Angeline. We are so glad you are here. Whether you are here today in person or participating online, we are glad all of you are here. Whoever you are, wherever you are on your journey, we welcome you. In the spirit of beloved community, we honor the Nisenan, Southern Maidu, and Miwok peoples for their enduring commitment to steward this land where UUSS exists. We recognize that they have never ceded, left, nor ceased to care for this place. If you're on Zoom, make sure to click the link in the chat to view our order of service. There are so many ways to connect to this vibrant community. Each week we have tables in the welcome hall where you can get connected and fill out our newcomers form to receive the weekly message and more information. You can also do so online. Each week, the blue sheet and our message serve as a guide to our various programs. On Zoom, stay after the service in breakout rooms to get to know one another. We promise they will be 22 minutes this week, and they will not cut out early. We have fixed that problem, and we are sorry. Here in person, we will have coffee, tea, and opportunities to meet and greet one another. This week marks the end of our current art exhibit. So if you would like to view or purchase the paintings, the Yang paintings on the sanctuary wall, please contact Kim Stoddard in person or at art@uuss.org. This has been an incredible exhibition and a huge success, and we're grateful to Kim for her work. The Justice and Equity team, formerly known as the Racial Justice team, is inviting you to join them for snacks and conversation about UUSS efforts to dismantle racism. Our time together will include information about where we started, where we have been, and where we are going. This meeting will take place next Sunday, March 10th at 11:45 in the FOS room, right over there, and it will be instead of the second Sunday before the service racial justice orientation class. So if you're not an early bird and haven't been able to make it to one of those 9:30 a.m. orientations, it's a great opportunity for you. This week, please join UUs for Justice in the Middle East as they welcome the renowned speaker Laila El-Haddad on Thursday at 7 p.m. here at UUSS. Doors will open at 6:30. She will speak on an update from Gaza. She's a Palestinian author and public speaker who is currently based in the United States. She'll be speaking from her perspective as a mother and academic. Please now take a moment to silence your cell phones and watches so we can all be present for our service today. Come, let us enter into this place of sanctuary and worship together.
mountain, go back to the mountain, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living in the mountain, go back to the mountain, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living in the mountain, go back to the mountain, turn the world around. Oh, so is life. Oh, so is life. Oh, so is life. Oh, so is life. Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? See we one another clearly. See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? So is life a mighty one. So is life. Oh, so is life a mighty one. So is life. Oh, so is life a mighty one. So is life. Oh, so is life a mighty one. So is life.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, choir. Whoa, does everybody feel so? I love it. Good morning. I'm Karen Sparrow, your worship associate, and we are about to light our chalice. Those of you at home, please get your candles and your matches out. And would Christiana please come forward and light our candle, our chalice, and the candle? You know, the thing. Okay, as we light our chalice, please join with me in speaking our words in, you will do the bold print and I will do the first ones, okay? We light this chalice to find inner peace, love for each other, and faith in ourselves. Also to be welcoming to whomever we meet and kind to all living creatures. So gather around and light this light of hope as we share this time together.
So for our kids and young ones and those young at heart, today's story for all ages is called Ways to Welcome. And slides. Okay, there we go. All right. Ways to Welcome by Linda Ashman. Waves and shakes and warm hellos, eye to eye, nose to nose, soothing words, an expert guide, step by step and side by side. Cheery classroom, friendly grin, good to meet you, come on in. Helping hands, a rescued hat, cups of tea and a lively chat. A work of art, a small bouquet, an invitation. Hey, let's play. A book-filled room, a song, a rhyme. Have a seat, it's story time. A sniff, a pat, a gentle hug, a comfy bed that's safe and snug. A homemade sign, excited cheers, a special gift and happy tears. A splashy bath, starter homes on a shady path. Shelter from the rain, garden treasures, tart and sweet. An offering, a smiling face that lights an unfamiliar place. A welcome can be warm or cold, shy and quiet, big and bold, meant for someone new and small, or not so new and very tall. It sends a message loud and clear. Hello, friend. I'm glad you're here. Thank you.
From welcome to dismissal. We now invite all those involved in RE to make your way to the back as we guide you in singing your song. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Lift up your eyes. Lift up your eyes. Don't you despair. Don't you despair. Look up ahead. Look up ahead. The path is there. The path is there. You gotta put one foot in front of the other. One foot in front.
Good morning. I'm Roger Jones, happy to be one of the ministers serving here, and happy to have all of you here in the room and all of you who are participating on Zoom, and especially Angeline. Welcome. This is a community of care and compassion, of gratitude and celebration, and we affirm this in our time of joys and sorrows. In our weekly message email, there is a link that you can click in order to let us know electronically of your joy, concern, sorrow, and so we can be in touch with you, and if you indicate, we can include it in the service next week, or you can call the office before the close of the day on Friday. Today, a number of people have filled out prayer cards and lit a candle. As you can see, the candles show the warmth and care and joy and sorrow in many hearts. Deirdre and Dave noted their sorrow for the loss of their friend Dick Taylor, a longtime member, and his memorial service will be here this Friday at 2 o'clock with a reception following. And Allie has expressed a sorrow that her sister had an early miscarriage, and also a concern that her grandmother is not doing well. Our former member, Jean Anderson, has been hospitalized for foot surgery, but is now recuperating back in her care facility in Monterey. This Thursday will be her 90th birthday, and Jean would love to hear from Sacramento friends with wishes for healing and a happy 90th. You can get Jean's address from the office. Our member, Robin Howlett, was admitted to Mercy General Hospital this week with a serious foot infection, and Robin will have a toe surgically removed tomorrow. We send Robin our healing prayers and love. Mary and Morgan McLaughlin ask us to continue to hold Mary's sister Nancy in our prayers for healing after a significant stroke. We have a number of sorrows and concerns that are taking place beyond these walls. In particular, Nex Benedict was a teenager who was bullied at their school in Owasso, Oklahoma, for being transgender, and Nex died last month. We send our condolences to their family and friends. To everyone who suffers from intolerance and cruelty, we send prayers for safety, to live in dignity and freedom. We remember the 8 million people in Sudan who have been displaced by war, and we extend our care to their family members and loved ones who live in this country. We send prayers for strength to the people of Ukraine, resisting the cruelty of Russia's ongoing invasion. And we note the loss of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny, who was laid to rest last week at age 48. Navalny likely was murdered on orders of the Russian dictator while he was being held in a brutal prison in the Arctic. We send courage to his widow, who vows to continue speaking out for democracy and for peace. We remember the Israeli hostages continuing to endure captivity and their loved ones keeping vigil. We remember the Palestinian families agonizing over the loss of homes and people, 30,000 people in the ongoing war in Gaza, half of them children. We mourn the 100 civilians who died in a single military attack this past week. We bear witness to all places of conflict and oppression, and we send prayers for safety, dignity, freedom, and peace. We have a number of joys among us, including birthdays. As I mentioned, Jean Anderson turning 90, and a brand new birthday, which was last Sunday, the birth of Nora Sadat. She was born a week ago, and she has 3 big brothers, and her mom and dad are doing well. She is the first of her family to be born in this country after they made the long trek here through South America and Central America after fleeing Afghanistan. So we send joy to the family and blessings to Nora, whom I'm sure we'll meet in a few weeks. Let's remember that we all have joys and occasions for gratitude in our lives, and remember to bear witness to the joy of others. May it lift our own spirits. Thank you.
If you will join me now in the spirit of prayer, meditation. Spirit of life and love, as we name our joys and sorrows, or hold them silently in our hearts, may we remember the presence of this community and know that we are held in love. Will you join me now in just a few moments of quiet and silence? Amen. Blessed be.
This reading is called Who is Welcome? It is from a UU anthology entitled Voices from the Margins. The author, Reverend Dr. Kristen Harper, pictured behind me, has been senior minister at the UU Church in Barnstable, Massachusetts since 2002. Dr. Harper is of West Indian and Russian-Lithuanian descent. Who is welcome? Everyone wants a seat at the table. Blacks, Latinos, Asians, the poor, the disabled, gays and lesbians. Where are all the straight white men supposed to sit? I'm not prejudiced. I'm just asking. And what table are they talking about? My table only seats 8 comfortably, and I have service for 10. That's it. You'll just have to wait your turn. Can you imagine if we just let anyone sit at our table? Why, we might have people who can't tell their salad fork from their dinner fork, or people who eat with their hands. I shudder to think. Anyone is welcome at my table, in my home, as long as you don't have grease stains on your clothes and have washed your hands before you touch my silverware. Everyone is welcome at my table, as long as you don't try to proselytize me to your religion or your politics. And don't get upset when I question yours. After all, it wasn't my faith that taught me to eat Jesus and drink his blood. Come on in, I say, but don't make fun of my Pan-African sculpture and paintings mixed with chintzy curio precious moments figurines. If you don't dress up and don't have every hair in place and you don't smell too fresh, you are welcome, but don't sit on the good leather or the new futon cover. Here, let me get you a towel. I am told the outside shower works very well. Everyone is welcome at my table as long as you sit still and don't wiggle or interrupt the grown-up conversations. Children should be seen and not heard, but they should be dressed up in bows and satin so they can entertain us. Don't worry if they aren't talented. It only reflects on your upbringing, not mine. Truth is, I don't really have the room for you. Maybe next time.
To counter that message, I'd like to invite everyone to join in singing Draw the Circle Wide. Draw the circle wide. Draw the circle wide. No one stands alone, we'll stand side by side. Draw the circle wide. Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song. No one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide. Draw the circle wide. Draw the circle wide. No one stands alone, we'll stand side by side. Draw the circle wide. Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song. No one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle
This congregation has a practice of giving away half of every Sunday's offering to an organization working for a better world, starting locally. Our community partner for this new month of March is the Wellspring Women's Center. They are a new community partner with us this year, and we're very excited to be partnering with them. And you can find out more about them after the service. Bobby from our community partners team will be staffing a table this Sunday, and we'll have a table the next 2 Sundays in case you happen to be coming in next week. There will also be information on our website. But if you stop by the table, you can find out how we can be of support to Wellspring Women's Center, whose mission is to provide an environment where low-income women and their children can reduce isolation, recognize their inherent worth, and build self-esteem. In the Oak Park Firehouse, Wellspring's Drop-In Center is a trusted community gathering place. It offers nutritious meals to nearly 200 people every day. Volunteers and staff provide free case management, counseling, art therapy, enrichment workshops, and safety net services. Guests are diverse in age, personal background, and ethnicity. Using minimal government funds, it avoids restrictions on whom it serves, enabling a quick response. Wellspring relies on generous donations from the community to provide hospitality, respect, and critical support services. Because Wellspring is new, we do invite you to stop by and learn how you can be involved. We're grateful for your generous support of UUSS and our community partner. This morning's offering will now be given and received. Thank you, Irina. As Margot and Karen bring our offerings forward, please join me in speaking our words of response to the offering. May generosity bless our world, and may gratitude nourish our spirits.
Thank you for welcoming me into your congregation and this pulpit this morning. I'm Angeline Jackson. Okay. Throughout the history of Unitarianism, Universalism, and Unitarian Universalism, there have been attempts of various intensity and intention to make our congregations and association more diverse. But it has been a rocky endeavor. History tells us that in 1860, William Jackson, no relation, an African-American minister, attended a Unitarian meeting in New Bedford, Massachusetts. He informed the gathering he was a Unitarian, and he asked for fellowship, to be part of the fellowship. In response, they passed around a basket, and they raised $49, which in today's money is about $1,820. So they raised that money from the people gathered, gave it to him, and sent him on his way. There were no words of welcome, no invitation to join, and no follow-up with him after that visit. Reverend Jackson didn't pursue a relationship with the Unitarians, but instead chose to remain a liberal Baptist. Jeffrey Campbell, another African American, was fellowshipped and ordained as a Universalist minister in the mid-1930s. The Universalist superintendent for the state objected to Reverend Campbell's education, arguing that it was a waste of funds. Reverend Campbell eventually received dual fellowship with the Unitarians in 1938. However, despite part-time and interim ministry, 2 ordinations, chaplaincy, and teaching, with all that experience, he was never called to settled parish ministry. And Ethelred Brown, a Jamaican Unitarian, faced a lot of pushback and broken promises from the American Unitarian Association, the AUA, during his years of ministry, which spanned from the beginning of his Jamaican ministry in 1912 to his death in New York in 1956. For instance, Reverend Hilary Bygrave, on instruction from the AUA, in his report about Reverend Brown's ministry in Jamaica, questioned why Reverend Brown had been allowed to start a ministry in Jamaica, and that it should be viewed as, quote, genuine humanitarian work for the uplift of the Negro race, end quote. The misalignment of our words and actions has not only been limited to the experiences of ministers and religious professionals of color, and this isn't only relegated to the past. There are modern-day examples and stories of people of marginalized identities who have visited our churches and who were ignored or who the greeter assumed was in the wrong place. My colleague and friend, Reverend Kimberly Debus, in her Substack post titled Bunkers and Beacons and the Problem of Like-Minded People, shares the following story of a congregation in a downtown location with many passerby on a Sunday morning. One member, let's call him Tom. Tom took it upon himself to be the outside greeter, stationing himself on the steps leading to the main entrance, welcoming people and holding the door open. It was a friendly way to welcome, to actually have someone outside greeting and welcoming. That being said, those on the inside of the congregation noticed that despite their great location, welcoming pride flag, and Black Lives Matter banner, their inviting message on the wayside pulpit, their open doors, and Tom on the steps, there were few visitors, and most of those were older white folks. A great deal of time and consideration was given to this problem, with some folks wondering if by declaring their values so visibly, they were becoming off-putting, or if they should change the time of the service, or if they needed more people outside explaining Unitarian Universalism. Now, one person, we'll call her Sue. Sue thought it was a good idea to have somebody else outside. Maybe Tom was too busy to engage everyone. So she decided to go out on the steps with Tom and see what she could do. Sue decided to watch first from a vantage point a few yards away to see what was Tom experiencing on Sunday mornings. But what she saw appalled her. What she saw was Tom welcoming some new people, people who were white, decently dressed, skewed middle-aged, and older. What she also saw was Tom suggesting to other new people, people who were not white, or well-dressed, or young, or with kids in tow, that they might be happier with the church down the street. That's rough. But just so you know, Tom doesn't only exist on the steps. Tom can be at the grocery store, soccer practice, or the yoga studio. Anywhere we'd have the opportunity to invite someone to visit your church. Now, thankfully, your congregation doesn't have a Tom, right? And hopefully, most of our churches don't. And I believe that when we invite people to visit us, we genuinely and sincerely mean it. But when someone who doesn't look like what we think a UU should look like arrives at our door, we get flustered, don't know what to do. We may even forget how to say, "Good morning, welcome." The invitations we offer through our words and deeds often don't connect with our actions when people come to our doors. As a faith community, Unitarian Universalism, we began recognizing our assumptions and biases, and people of marginalized identities began calling us to account, to challenge us to say what we meant and mean what we said. And we have tried. We've put the effort in. I see y'all have put effort in here as well. Whether it's been through participating in the Welcoming Congregation program that helps congregations learn how to undo homophobia and transphobia and make our spaces welcoming to LGBTQ+ people, participating in the various Side with Love's public advocacy campaigns that seek to harness love's power to stop oppression, joining UU the Vote by being a Good Trouble congregation, which includes supporting public action, being poll watchers, sending letters, and by encouraging more diverse leadership in our church's governance, among other things. We've done that. But are we ready to welcome? When we live our values and say to people, "Well, come on by, we'd love to have you," are we ready for them to come? Do we believe they'll come? Why do we have these questions? Are there assumptions we have about people's theologies or practices of church that we think would cause them to be uncomfortable in our spaces? Do we think people are just being polite when they nod at our invitation to visit? You may have some answers now, and if you'd like, you could go ahead and shout it out. Okay, that's fine. Hopefully, you'll mull this over the next few days and you can let Reverend Roger know what else you think of. How do we become in action the people or words say we are and who we aspire to be? How do we wholeheartedly create a welcoming environment that will invite people, all people, to step into our buildings? How do we say, "You're welcome here," and mean it? I visited a church in Jamaica in the last few months before I left home being Jamaica. There was hardly any theological common ground, and the first sermon I experienced was difficult. You know that type of difficult where it feels like someone is actually talking about you in the church? That difficult. However, I visited multiple times after that initial visit. I did not return because I liked the sermons. I did not return, obviously, because of the theology. I didn't even return because my friends attended that church. I went back because they had a special sauce that made me want to visit again. They had some of the most welcoming practices I have ever experienced in a church. I filled out a visitor's card, which allowed me to opt in to receive a welcome email from the church. Myself and a few other visitors were welcomed during the service. Now, we were asked to stand. I would never recommend that. Very uncomfortable. And after church during fellowship, or what we call coffee hour, someone checked in on me to find out if I wanted coffee, needed breakfast, or wanted a snack. And there was no way for me to leave the sanctuary without walking past all of that. But someone still asked. Someone else deliberately engaged me in conversation so I didn't sit alone as congregants gathered into their familiar friend groups. When I visited a second Sunday, a few people remembered my face and welcomed me. Again, after church, someone checked in with me to see if I needed anything. Now, the church rents an auditorium from a school, so there are no permanent signs, but there was someone at the gate and multiple people on greeter duties. They were ready for guests, but they weren't just ready to have guests. They were ready to make newcomers feel welcomed. Friends, my intention is not to make you uncomfortable, which is not true. A little bit of uncomfortable. But the type of discomfort that stirs you into action. So let's talk action. In our congregations, in this congregation, how many ways can we say, "Hello, friend, I'm glad you're here"? The first thing is to recognize where welcome begins. Reverend Debus proposes that welcome begins before we even utter the first word. It is in the signs that tell visitors where parking is, which way to go for the sanctuary, and where the restrooms are. To be welcoming is not just the job of on-duty greeters and the minister, it is also the duty of members. So how do we, as congregants, engage with people we've never seen before, who speak with an accent, have a different skin color, or wear super plus size, or who are super plus size? What if each of us were to begin thinking of ourselves, each and every one of us, ourselves as greeters, every single Sunday? To say hello to faces that are new or faces you haven't seen in a while. Help them find what they're looking for. No, I'm an introvert, so I'm not saying be friendly. You don't have to be overly friendly. You don't even have to be friendly. Just be warm. Aim to be warm. Lots of people are uncomfortable with money conversations, and just as many, if not more, may be uncomfortable in churches because of the collection plate. To help alleviate the concerns around money for visitors and that discomfort, as you set the time for offering, let visitors know that they are guests and are under no obligation to give. And do you know that coffee hour is when congregations turn a lot of visitors away? If you know who the new folks are, make sure they know where to go for coffee hour, even if it's an obvious location. And just because coffee hour was announced during the service does not mean your guest will be motivated to go. They may welcome a personal invitation for them to go with you, but without pressure. And we can also do this with regular members. I became a member of Founders Metropolitan Community Church in Los Angeles around 2017. At the end of every service, as we headed downstairs for coffee hour, we were always inviting each other and walking with each other. Sometimes folks in our congregation have been members for years and still don't feel quite connected, or they may feel that they were forgotten as soon as they became members. Our small acts of welcoming each other can help to deepen connections. When we have gotten to the place where all who are invited also feel welcome, that's when we can begin to do the work of belonging, which is a whole different sermon. It is possible for each and every one of our congregation, this congregation, and you're working on it, I see it, but it is possible for us to be even more of a diverse and multicultural beloved community. It will take some discomfort, exploring assumptions and being warm, but it can be done. As our story told us this morning, waves and shakes, soothing words and expert guides, and a friendly grin or a lovely chat are ways to welcome someone new and to say, "Hello, friend. I'm glad you're here." Amen.
Let's be stirred to action with that in mind, singing the fire of commitment. From the light of days remembered burns a beacon bright and clear, guiding hands and hearts and spirits into faith set free from fear. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the stories of our living rings a song both brave and free, calling pilgrims still to witness to the life of liberty. When the fire of commitment seeks our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the dreams of youthful vision comes a new prophetic voice, which demands a deeper justice built by our courageous choice. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our journey
As we prepare to extinguish our chalice, please join with me in speaking our shared intention. We extinguish this flame, but we carry the light, love, and commitment of this gathering into the days to come.
I invite you to reach out to us, reach out to one another. If you're at home, reach out to us as we reach out to you.
Go now, spiritually renewed and with your soul stirred. Carry the light of this faith, your faith, to everyone you meet, and prepare your warm and joyful welcome for when they come seeking the flame, the source of your light.